Hello everyone, my name is Jiaxin Wang and my partner name is Andy Tao. In this video, we are talking about 1931 China flooding. As we can see, the 1931 China flooding is the worst natural disaster of the 20th century, and it happened at central and eastern China during July to November 1931. In this picture, we can see that this flooding is because of Yangtze River, and this flowed inundated approximately 180,000 kilometers square, which is as huge as the state of New York. And for this flooding, it has several reasons causes. The first one we think is the forest cutting in the upper reaches of the Yangtze River. It increases the frequency of the flooding because the forest cutting decreases the absorptive capacity of the land, which causes more water flow into the river. In addition, it also related to climate change. From 1928 to 1930, China was affected by a long drought, and then the subsequent winter of 1930 was particularly harsh and creating large deposits of snow and ice in the mountain area. Earlier 1931, melting snow and ice flowed downstream and arrived in the middle Yangtze River during a period of heavy spring rain. As you can see in this picture, it shows the higher precipitation at this area. And all of these reasons combined together causes the 1931 China flooding. After this flooding, people do not have enough food, so they need to start eating tree barks and weeds. And after that, the government started to establish the National Flood Relief Commission. The commission employed a range of Chinese and foreign experts, and they were commissioned to conduct a survey of the flood zone. In addition, at the end of the Civil War, the Chinese government started to build the Three Gorges Dam flood control project to regulate the Yangtze River's flooding. In addition, the Yangtze River in China peaks during a horrible flood that kills 3.7 million people directly and indirectly over the next several months. This was perhaps the worst natural disaster of the 20th century. 150,000 people were drowned, and hundreds of thousands more dying of starvation and diseases over the following year. So this flooding is very severe in China.